Welcome to episode number 131 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast.
We had a little trouble with the credit union announcing
Did we?
last night. Is it TUXC or?
It was HEB.
It's CUTX, right? Credit Union of Texas. CUTX.
Yeah.
Not CXTU.
Yeah, it was all.
Or CTXU.
It's
a hard
acronyms of the worst kind. It's acrimonious.
It is. You can almost smell it. It's so acrimonious you can almost smell it.
Welcome to Collin County's favorite podcast.
Bunch of numbskulls asking stupid questions.
We're just a bunch of knuckleheads.
Knuckleheads of the highest order.
Hey, we finished the season. Hey? Yeah?
Tim Wall's Club and
Well,
knuckleheads.
is the season
Or
over?
where are we starting? Well, we finished the regular
Basketball
season.
starts tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
So football
Yeah,
season must be over.
And we had Fan Jam.
It actually
Had a
started
blast.
last week with the Fan Jam, which is great.
And if you missed it, you missed a really... This team is so much fun. So much fun.
I can't believe we're leading off this podcast with basketball, but they play tonight.
They earned it.
And so excited to go see these guys. You know, and they are excited too. I think the kids realize.
To get into the season, to start playing real games.
For those of you who don't know, they play tonight at Keller. This won't be out before then, but they play Tuesday night at home. First home game, Lake Highlands. That's not right. Highland Park. So you always want to beat the team from the bubble.
Show out. Yeah.
So Tuesday at 7 or 7:30. I think 7.
Yeah, and if there's anybody in the student section that listens to this, you guys got to turn out for this one. I mean, this is a must. Must show up, must win, must be loud.
If there's anybody in the student section who listens to this, I'm sorry that you don't have anything better to do. You're young. Go live.
Never mind.
Some of the players listen to this.
I'll never forget that one year, Highland Park, we played them, and the
At
fans
Highland
were going,
Park? Yeah.
let's play football.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't want any part
The
of that.
football players stood up and said, yeah, let's go.
So here we are, the end of the regular season for football. Allen closes
District
it
play.
out with a 48-7 victory over the Panthers of Plano East, who were trying to beat Allen
To get into the playoffs. Yep. But once again, Plano has stepped up and given all the playoff spots away.
Once again, Professor Diggs
Oh, man.
does
That's
not,
what I feel
does not
worse
have
about.
to streak shirtless across the field, and we don't have to bail him out of jail, because we've promised that that ever happens, that we will bail him out. So
The boys in the white suits are going to show up, pick him up.
he was funny because
Suicide watch.
we were bantering back and forth on Twitter about it, and he goes, I tweeted something like, hey, the BEBC bail money's safe for another year. He goes, actually 2 years, because they won't arrest me for that in Plano.
I can't get arrested in Plano.
They'll be happy to let him get away with it. So pretty good on Professor Diggs' part.
That's hilarious.
So, Matt, we love you. You know that, and it's a good banter we have back and forth, and you're a good sport about it, because it's got to be tough.
He's a multitasker. He got half his dunk done, by halftime, I think it was.
You may need to explain that a little bit.
People in the know what the dump is.
Yeah,
so.
they know what the dump is. If you don't know, go to his Twitter feed, and you'll find out quickly what the dump is. So.
Yep, Matt Diggs.
A little different schedule. We started early this morning, actually. We've got Coach Wig earlier. They start practice at 9:30 this morning, the kids do, because they've got a playoff game next week.
That's right.
Where? When? Why?
Home game.
Home game.
District champions get a bye, get the home field advantage.
Not a bye.
Well, not a bye, but they get a spiff.
We get the farmers at our place.
The Farmers.
The Louisville Fighting Farmers.
3 years in a row now.
Yeah.
It's Allen and Louisville, and you wonder...
And Allen has not won all of those games, so,
No, they did not. The first year, Louisville was really good that year. They went 3 or 4 rounds deep. Last year, they weren't as good, but we were playing without... Well, in fact, Brady got hurt in that game.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's when he broke his
That's when he
collarbone.
went out, yeah.
And so that started the run that went on. But it was
and
a
that
close
was a
game.
messy, rainy,
Yeah.
nasty game.
Caleb Smith running the kickoff back for a
that
touchdown.
was so beautiful. Second half kickoff?
Yep.
We have a history of that. Naomi Alutu Jr., yeah.
So
running that kickoff back against DeSoto.
7 o'clock at Eagle Stadium.
This coming Friday.
What's the weather going to be Friday night? But look,
It's going to be beautiful.
is it
Sunny, no rain. Sunny, no rain. We got about
it
a
won't
week.
be sunny at 7 o'clock.
Well, it's going to be a sunny day.
It's a sunny day in Philadelphia.
High 73, low 59.
With
That's
sun.
a beautiful day. Beautiful day for
That's
victory.
a great football night because it'll be in upper 60s.
And what more? I mean, there's no better reason to pack Eagle Stadium and just enjoy it.
Yeah, this is a good team. I don't. We'll talk about it. We got Wig here in a few minutes, but we'll talk more about
4 or 5 weeks will determine whether this is a great team.
evolution of what this team has done this year.
Yeah.
And
When there were a couple things I wanted to mention, and one of them is district championship,
Yep.
but also there's another championship that we've renewed because we're in district with the Plano schools, Plano East, Plano Central, and Plano West. We had this thing going where if we beat all 3 schools, we declare ourselves Plano City champions.
Yes,
so
sir.
once again, we defeated all 3 Plano schools, and we are once again Plano City champions.
how many years is that growing? I guess it goes back to when.
It was like 14,
Burkhead.
so we started
I was
in
gonna say 15 now,
2007.
Yeah.
Was after 2007, 8, 9, 3 years, had T-shirts made, and it just kept going.
Yep.
And then we got out of the district with them. That's been 2 years, 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah,
So we've been out of district with
Yeah.
them for 4 years now. It's been a nice break.
They've
but
missed us.
They have.
Yeah, they were fired up.
Yeah, we gave them a big hug and then pushed them into the ground.
You gave them a little hope by settling for field goals.
Yeah.
And then
Very true.
giving up a fake punt, which we'll talk about. Which you're like, didn't you or anything
Exactly.
Rally?
Yeah. But now we also, with that being said, we also have to talk about some other kind of past history. You never want to forget your history. Remember the Alamo? Our chant is "Remember Rowlett." So
Yeah.
back in 2007, undefeated season. As you were talking about, all the players were very, very, very proud of themselves and decided to celebrate.
The Rowlett coach threw a party the night before.
All the Allen,
All our guys
some of
showed
the
up.
Allen players showed up, but anyway.
I heard that was at James's house.
No. No, I wouldn't have done that. But, so they lost. And they used to do posters back then, and they kept that loss poster up all throughout the off season.
Yep.
And, seeing Coach Wigg, talking to him, he's not taking things for granted.
Not at all.
They were not showing everything that they've got. We talked about that, there's going to be film out there.
Speaking
If
of
you want
him.
to find something.
Let's call him now.
All right. Yeah, but he knows.
He put it in his phone. He told me.
Hello.
Hello,
Good morning.
Coach.
Hello, how are y'all?
We're doing really well. How about you, district champion?
Yeah, doing great. About to, I've been in there meeting with the staff right now, but we're good.
Who'd you yell at them this morning?
Every single one of them.
Now a way to keep it up.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
They all need a little tanning now and then, don't they? Don't let them get complacent.
Absolutely. Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Well, congratulations on an undefeated season, the first one since 2020 for the Allen Eagles, and good job all the way around by everybody.
Yeah, thank you. I am proud and happy for the kids and coaches. As y'all know, they've worked so incredibly hard, so it's excited for them.
Yep. We started off this morning talking about basketball because basketball starts tonight. We're like, we got a whole other season of football to go here, so we need to refocus. So
Yeah, it is crazy how many things are going this time of year. Volleyball still rolling, and
yep.
basketball in full force now, and a lot of activities.
Yeah, so y'all don't double book because don't put us in conflictual as to where we need to show up.
Yeah.
And where our loyalties lie, so we're going to show up for football. So that's number one.
Well, I just hope that we can we can cause some more conflict for a couple more weeks.
We're all for
that. Enjoy being around these kids. It's a great, great group.
Yeah.
We endorse that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a 48-7 beating of Plano East, and I don't know if you're familiar. We may have talked to you a little bit about it. You are now the Plano City champs for this year too.
Yep. Did not know that was a thing.
That's like 14, 15 years running.
Yeah, they
it's
made
a big deal.
Many years ago, and James is wearing his today. They made T-shirts that said Plano City Champions on them. So
yeah, love it.
So that's always fun. So a good victory. Started out a little slow, but everything seemed to gel together, and the defense played lights out once again.
Yeah, they did. It was much like what we thought. They a good team. They really are a good team. They didn't. I think they're, like we said, I think they're McKinney. I think that if they play 10 times, I don't know which one of them wins the 6th one, but they're the same type team. They Plano East scored defensively, twice against McKinney. They're offensively, they're a good team. They're not scary. Defensively, they do some good stuff. They really did. It was. I think their linebackers are really good. They had a defensive end. They moved to nose, and he's a really good young 33. He's a sophomore, really good ball player, and so it's good for our guys. Both sides of the ball. Just in the trenches, having to get after it and. Just strain, and just, don't just lollygag into the playoffs, but strain. And, while the score, you look at it from the outside and see that it was, it would appear to be lopsided. It didn't, on the sideline, did not feel that way throughout the game. It felt like, that it was a battle throughout, and that's good, and I don't know that, I'll ever be in a game that it doesn't feel that way, just because that's how we're wired and that's how we prepare and that's how we, our guys are going to step down there. But it certainly felt that way to me. It felt that everything was tough earned in every aspect of the game.
Yeah. It's, and again, you look at stats and like you say, y'all are down there living it. We're up there just goofing off, having fun watching it. But it's, 8 first downs, only 147 total yards for those guys. And that's, that's what you like to see every week with the end result of something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's huge. I thought, again, the defense, like you said, just played really, really well. Defended the pass well, which was good to see. And the kids flying around, they just continue. They just literally continue to get a little bit better each day. And it's fun. It's fun because they're not accidentally themselves into it. That's nowhere near a word, but they are. It is happening because of their work ethic and their determination and their commitment to each other. It's really cool.
Yeah, we like that, Coach. You take whatever liberties you want to define whatever words you want. We approve.
Wigginton vernacular,
Yeah.
So, Coach, had you seen that fake punt on film?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Saw it live too, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Sorry about that. My dog just unhooked the webcam. So
are we recording? Let's just double check.
Hang on just 1 second, Coach.
We'll cut this segment out. Hang on just a second.
Okay, so Louisville Friday night at home, which is good. Did you get a chance to go watch them last night?
We did.
Yep.
Yes, they're they're what you would think they are. From those of you that were at the game last year and watched them, they're just an incredibly talented football team. They have a young move-in sophomore quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. They've got a 5-star offensive lineman that Sark flew a helicopter in, not this game but last week, to go watch him play. He's committed to OU.
Well, that ought to tell you all you need to know right there.
Yeah.
No shade.
Yeah, they're a good football team. They're kind of, I think, when you see them on film, what you see is it's just an incredibly stingy defense. You don't. They don't really have weaknesses on that side of the ball at all. They're deep. They're up the gut. They're going to be the best team that we faced. It's not even going to be. It's different than Prosper. But they're much more talented than Prosper for sure. Probably defensively, I would say they're, the equivalent of Prosper, if not a little more difficult to go against. Offensively, they won't be. They're just so different than Prosper offensively, so it's hard to even put them in the same breath as them, and they really are defensively just schematically differently. But they're a great football team. Just to be honest, it's for both of our big school teams. I would say for all four of the teams playing, Coppell, Prosper, and then us and Louisville. Unfortunate first round games, for the kids involved, because you're talking four teams that are four of the better in the region, in my opinion. And two of them are going to be done. But it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be it's literally going to be one of those we know they all are, and that's Plano East was to us, but this is going to be one of those that literally you're going to be on the edge of your seat for every play, because every one of them is going to be so critical to the outcome of the game. I mean, it's going to just be one of those games that it's going to come down to the wire. We'll reflect afterwards. What the turning points were. Obviously, we don't know now, but it's going to be one of those that it might be a play that happened the third play of the game. Whatever. But it's going to be an absolute dogfight.
Well, yeah, I really feel sorry for him for about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
We don't have any confidence in you guys at all, there, Coach.
That's right. Yeah.
So looking at Louisville and their offense, do they tend to be more successful with the run or the pass, or are they pretty balanced?
They're pretty balanced. They're pretty balanced. They're similar to Prosper in that regard.
Yeah.
That they, they're pretty balanced. They do it. They have a couple of really good backs. One will be the best we've seen. He'll be very comparable to the Cedar Hill back.
Right.
Again, the fresh quarterback does a good job. He's just getting older and better every day, as we all are. But he's getting better and more experienced, and you can tell he doesn't look like a sophomore. He comes from, I think his dad's a Major League Baseball player. Comes from professional athlete stock, and he carries himself well. And they're a good balanced offense. Really are.
Well, hopefully our defense can put enough pressure on him to have him make a few bad decisions. We'll see.
Yeah. And again, just from the little bit right now watching, they don't appear to be a team that's wanting to sit back there and click their heels, and go through a ton of reads and all that. So they're not. I haven't gone through all and watched all the games, but I would think they're a team that you don't get a ton of pressure on him, because that's just not really who they appear to be.
Right.
I think
right.
they're gonna get the ball out of his hands a little bit quicker, but again, that's a short sample that I saw.
There's no doubt that you and the coaches have had these guys prepared every game all year long, and they're just fired up, and I'm sure they're going to be really fired up for this game Friday night.
Yeah,
they will be. They and they will be, because it's Louisville, but they will be. They would be if they were playing the Baldwin Eagles, right? I mean, it's a playoff game. They're going to be.
Well, they may not have that good of luck against them.
Yeah, that's right, no doubt. But they would still be fired up for the opportunity.
Yeah. We're going to hurt them.
They're just excited. They're
beating
everyone.
Canes and
You get to
Walkers.
this time of year, how can you not be excited, right? You're playing.
Right.
Oh, exactly.
Texas high school football, 6A playoffs for the Allen Eagles. What a blessing, right? So, they are so tremendously proud and honored and excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, and we are too. And it's we talked at breakfast this morning just about this is your third year here, and just watching the progression of not only the team but the coaching staff and just the whole program, just watching it, and we've noticed the improvement and the progressions and
community involvement. Everything is just really going in a positive direction.
Yeah, so we thank you for that.
Yeah, we're blessed, and we thank you very much.
Well, thank y'all. It's as y'all know, that's it's y'all been around the program for a long time, and it's easy for that to occur. Just to show up and put your nose down and let these kids do what they do, and it's just a fun place to be.
Yeah, well, we look forward to Friday night and another victory. And my mom, who is going to turn 80 years old next week, is actually coming in Thursday.
No pressure.
I kind of promised her a football game next Friday or Saturday, so no pressure, Coach. But
yeah. Well, we will do our absolute best to leave her happy.
Yeah, she loves coming to the game, so she's looking forward to that. So
weather's going to be beautiful. Everybody needs to come out. We need to pack that stadium.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's and we've had great crowds, and like you said, we need to, and we'll get word out on our end too. And if everyone listening can spread the word to all their loved ones and get them out there, because they'll love the way these guys play. I mean, they play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and they do it with such pride for their community. So you'll leave proud of the product that's on the field.
Well, and just before we get to your picks, Anthony started a campaign this week to get a certain player or something to happen, and thank you for making that happen. Even after a failed attempt at one, you went back to it, so great for that. So the campaign this week is we've got to get Japri to get a pick six. That poor kid.
He keeps getting so close.
He's so close.
I know.
Bless his heart.
I know. He's doing some great things on the field.
Boy,
really proud of him.
He can. Whew, he's something else. All right. It's on my phone, so I don't have last week's picks, but I think you were 4-1 last week. You and I both gained a game on Chris, and I think we're 2 games behind him now, so we've got a chance to overtake him here before it's all said and done.
All
right. These games this week, there's really not one that goes, oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome, but there's a lot of good games, and they mean a lot. So that's kind of the theme this week. And believe it or not, 4 of the 5 are SEC games, but it's a big week in the SEC. Yeah. South Carolina, with their upset win over A&M last week, goes to Vandy, who's actually unbelievably good this year.
You call it an upset game. Is it really? I'm not upset.
I wasn't either.
It's funny. We talked about Vandy a number of times this year, and now I've started talking about them in a different scenario. I used to say, hey, it's like playing Vandy, blah 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 blah, and now I flip it to where Vandy's the real deal.
Yeah.
It's like playing Louisville is like playing Vandy now. You're like, okay, you better be ready. You're playing one of the top teams in the world. But with all that being said, I think I'm going South Carolina.
Yep. They looked really good against A&M last week.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I haven't seen them play. I saw some of that game. That's all I've seen this year.
Yeah.
But I think that they've kind of, I don't know the record, but I feel like they've been in every game, against some really good teams. So I think they're doing some good stuff.
They lost to both Bama and someone else by less than a touchdown. They've really been in them. So this one's near and dear to your heart. Your heart may overrule your logic here, but Colorado is at Tech in a big game in the Big 12.
Get your guns up.
It's a big game, yeah.
Get your guns up.
I feel so sorry for Colorado making the trip over there to have to endure what they're going to endure today. But that's the easiest pick that I've ever made. That's Texas Tech.
Yeah, those poor farmers.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going with that, so I didn't know whether you're bad-mouthing Lubbock or what.
He's a good storyteller.
Okay. This one should be easy. Florida is at Texas, and Florida is down to a third-string transfer quarterback from Yale.
Yeah.
Going into Austin.
Yeah. It is an easy pick. Texas is going to win the game. I will say this, however, and I know, Florida, like everybody says they should be competing for it. They're another one that, and I'm glad they came out and said they're going to give that coach another year because they're not far off.
Yeah.
They're not far off. They lose their quarterback the first year, play a true freshman. Well, I don't care who you are. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah.
And now, Texas is going to win the game, but it wouldn't shock me if they don't make it competitive for a bit.
Yep. Okay. Another big game in the SEC. Georgia goes to Ole Miss.
Yeah, that is a huge game. And man, Georgia, I've got to imagine that they are trying to figure out how to play better at the quarterback position and really just manage the game. And the problem is that Ole Miss is going to put so much pressure on you, and force you to score that you can't just be a game manager. You're going to have to match it. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, this one's tough because I heard this morning on the radio that, Georgia's been a turnover machine on offense, and Ole Miss is one of the top passing offenses in the conference, and Georgia's one of the worst pass defenses. So,
oh wow,
yeah,
wow.
It's interesting.
Yeah, well, with that being said, then I like Georgia because if that's the case, then I like the fact that Kirby will take that as a challenge and he will have some answer today.
He won't shy away from it. Awesome.
No, at all.
All right, and then the last one, I don't know. I think is this a night game?
LSU.
Bama's going to LSU.
Yeah, no, gosh, no. I mean, really, you really get those last two are really sad. Like I talked about our playoff matchups with our district teams. Those are sad because that's really going to eliminate two great teams from the discussion, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to send you something in a little bit. It's on Twitter. I got to find it. But there's a scenario where you can have at the end of the year you can have 6 SEC teams with 2 losses, and then they got to go through the whole tiebreaker.
Yeah, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that is crazy. As I'm answering this pick, I'm walking down because I got to go talk to the coaches here. But
you can't handle the truth.
I'm going Alabama.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Boy, Death Valley at night, and he's picking Bama. Wow. Awesome. Love it.
There will be some songs sung.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, tell the coaches we love them. And
Tell the players we love them.
No, I don't tell them that. We'll tell them.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your time, and we will see you Friday afternoon.
Yes, look forward to it. Y'all have a great week, and thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much.
You bet. Thank you, Coach.
Go Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, you heard it here first. It's easy. Anybody could do it.
Is that what he said?
Just put your head down.
I'm going to... Sometimes I think we do get coach speak out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while.
You almost have to.
But talking about Louisville...
Yeah.
They're a 7-3 team, and when you look at their schedule, which I pulled up when we were talking, Byron Nelson, pretty good team.
Yep, not a bad team.
Lost. Rockwall made the playoffs, lost. And then you look at who else they played.
One more.
Coppell, they got
Lost.
slacked by Coppell.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
55-28.
We're at least as good as Coppell.
The only team that you kind of look at and say, okay, that they beat that was halfway decent is Geyer. And Geyer is obviously down this year.
Way down.
What
Yeah,
they've
they're
been
down.
Even with Sperry over there.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to.
No,
I don't think it'll be within
Their
21 points.
victories, Mansfield Summit,
Yeah.
Flower Mound Marcus didn't make the playoffs. Braswell didn't make the playoffs. Flower Mound didn't make the playoffs. Hebron made the playoffs.
Yeah. Fourth.
And Geyer, and they beat Little Elm last night, 27-0. I looked at their stats.
Kind of like our season. There's not much substance there.
Yeah.
We played a couple good teams, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Except we won our
Except
games
we won
against the good teams.
Convincingly.
And before the season started, I really expected those first 2 games to be a lot better than they were.
and
expected more from Cedar Hill
Yeah.
for sure.
You know, their running back is a 1,000-yard rusher, but they just played a 1,200-yard rusher in Plano East, and the guy had 32 yards.
Yep.
And their quarterback is a 58% passer, 1,400 yards on the year, and like you said, he's a sophomore. He's learning. 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So it's,
And they're playing at our place.
I hope it's the way I'm thinking, that it's not as close as I think it's going to be, especially with Let me throw some numbers out at you. Y'all tell me what these are. 0, 14, 3, 21, 14, 21, 14, 7, 16, and 7.
Those are numbers.
Those are numbers.
Points for the other team.
That's it. Yep.
That's it.
0, 14. You made two 21s in there. So 21 is the most points Allen's given up.
Did we look
year.
up because either Dave Campbell's or somebody keeps given Texas stats?
Yeah. It's either 117 or 112 or something like that for the year.
117 points. Yeah. 11.7 a game.
Wow.
And they've only given up more than that,
When you're getting that close to single digits, that's like leading in the States, got to be.
They are. Well, I thought they're probably second to Summer Creek.
Okay.
Summer Creek had like 6 shutouts. Of course, they played North Shore last night and got drilled 35-10, and they lost to Atascocita. So
oops,
they gave up 30 points in both those
so
games.
that could easily be attributable to districts and opponents.
I've got the stats right here. I haven't looked to see, but 117 points is got to be way up there in probably the top 10 ever. So I just look at this defense and say, how is Louisville, with what I'm looking at, is an average offense
going to score
with a sophomore quarterback, going to be able to score
on a broken play.
And comparing them to comparing them to a Prosper.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned with Prosper, and they ended up being not as much of a challenge as I was expecting.
Yeah, like you said, okay, they've got 1 5-star offensive lineman where everyone on Prosper's offensive line is supposedly D1 talent.
Right.
Yeah. What about the rest of them?
Yeah.
Because our guys handled Prosper without any issue at all. So
I think they're going to have the same strategy as last year, which is come in and break Brady's collarbone.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's
how they shut down our offense.
Talking about Brady, so Brady's at a 67% completion for the year, which, when you look at it, is pretty good. Last week was not so
higher.
good.
Should be
if
higher.
you take out
percentage.
all the drops.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Probably
Exactly.
over 70%.
And the overthrows.
Yeah. Well, no, ignore those. That's on him.
That's on him. That's on him. But like with poor Kellison. Oh man, he had the ball. He had the ball. He didn't have the ball. He didn't have the ball. He didn't have the ball.
He did not.
Now the other team has the ball. Now the other team doesn't have the ball.
Amazing. The 131st game in the history of Allen Eagle football, 1973. They traveled up Central Expressway, or maybe not, and visited Howe.
Yep, Disco hadn't shown up yet. Big Bell Blue Jeans.
Howe. What's their mascot? Did we look that up last year? I thought we did.
It's not hippos. The Howe.
It's the Hutto Hippos.
Yeah.
Anybody know Howe? I never even hear of Howe.
Yatahe. Howe.
All you don't know about Howe is that convenience store on the corner right there as you walk driving into the
Exactly.
That's it.
Tell us more if you're from Howe and there's something notable. Tell us.
Look up Howe High School and see what they say. Howe, and they beat Howe 26-20.
Oh, a little bit more than a run up the middle.
Bulldogs.
All right, to go to 3-2 on the year. 3-2 after beating Howe. In the 131st victory, again we go back to 1983, which has been a really good year so far for these Eagles. Here you go, David. They play Dallas Lincoln.
Oh.
Coming into the game, Allen is 9-0, 5-0 in district. This is a district game. They walk out of somewhere with a 55-0 win over Dallas Lincoln.
Nice.
District game, 30 miles away.
Those were the days,
I remember when I was in high school, we played Lincoln in baseball. You're never going to believe what their steal sign was. The coach would get at the end of the coach's box and kind of do this to the other end of it.
Like, drive to
The ball was sitting there waiting on that runner when he got down to second base. It was just unbelievable. Just every time.
55-0 to go to 10-0 on the year. Ready for playoffs.
That's
Just
impressive.
Like 10-0.
That's impressive.
Yep. That team only gave up 87 points all year.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good team. If you were on that team, what year are we talking? 73? 83. If you were on the team in 83, good job. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go defense.
They pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shutouts that year.
Nice.
So pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So there you go.
Good boy.
All right, Allen beats Plano East 48-7, as we mentioned with Coach. 425 yards.
Total offense
for Allen, 147 for Plano East. That 100 number
You're not laughing at them, you're laughing with them.
has shown up a lot recently on number of yards given up by this defense.
I know, and 96 of those yards were rushing.
Of which 40
Ooh.
were on the fake punt.
Yes.
So take that out. So you've got 25 carries for 56 yards. So 2 yards a pop.
Not a good stat.
Yeah.
Whereas Allen is average, their team average is 6 yards per rush. But that's for the whole season.
Yep.
So when you start looking at the players, I mean, 1, 2 in double digits.
Yep.
It's
Brady kind of had a if night. Now,
yeah.
let's back up because we need to. When we talk to the coaches before the game,
Yep.
you know, what's the game plan? Bland, vanilla.
Do what you have to do to win. Execute.
We know the Louisville coaches are going to be here.
Yeah.
And again, like I said on the boards, and I told you earlier, I was like, you got 9 weeks to film. Sorry about that, folks. We had a technical difficulty. So we were talking about Brady, and where we were talking about the coaches, said it was going to be bland, vanilla,
Right.
and
Don't need to show anything off. It's
I had said on the boards, well, you got 9 weeks of film already.
what more do you need to see?
What are they
Yeah.
going to see that they haven't seen already? They can't.
And
see
if there's a
already,
special wrinkle, well, yeah, you're not going to expose it against Louisville.
yeah. So the offensive game plan was to be bland, which, you know, you run your standard offense and not much else. And I think they ran one bubble screen all night. They threw the ball some downfield. The running plays were their standard running plays.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't a whole lot.
Plays across the middle for passes. That's what.
It's
And our
wide open,
defense,
too,
to be honest
just
with you,
wide
the
open.
defense was on. 2 intercepted passes.
Well, that's what happens
Which
when
were
you have a good
beautiful.
running game.
Exactly.
I mean, it opens it way up in the middle because the
Huge.
linebackers and people are pulled up.
Huge.
So Brady was 13 of 22 for $173. He did throw
Yes.
3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Have you seen the film yet on the interception? Was it an interception?
I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Didn't look like it live.
It looked like they were both out of bounds.
Well, exactly.
Not just a little bit.
Now, I did see a replay that somebody had an angle across the field, but on there, and it looked like they were in.
Okay.
But
That's as far away from us as you can get.
exactly.
In the stadium, so we,
the very north corner,
Yeah.
and that's away from us.
Dad was hogging the opera
Yeah, well, it didn't do well for him,
Yeah.
did it?
No.
He almost got sacked for a safety.
If only we can negotiate for some 50-yard line front row seats,
Yeah.
that would be ideal.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, we can go on.
252 yards rushing on 38 attempts, averaged almost 7 yards a carry. Again,
That's a backbreaker.
Very impressive.
The-
And it didn't matter who was running.
no.
I mean, Springs and Hambrick and
Springs?
Spriggs.
Ron Springs.
He had
from the Dallas-
springs in his feet because
There
he
you
was
go.
hauling
There
butt.
you go. Mackay with 98, Hambrick had 98, Spriggs had 48. They all, here's your averages: 6, 14, and 6. Hambrick, and we were talking at breakfast this morning how, Plano East decided to short kick on the opening kickoff. Well, they kicked to Hambrick,
Oops.
and Hambrick set the tone.
Receiver Eagles, Donnell G. and LeBron Bauer.
Grab your instruments. Keep your hands to yourself. Starting that one.
Gotta get off me.
Bam. Hey, hand, helmet, turf. Boo.
Love the kid. He is so tough. But that 3-headed monster in the backfield like that, just we talked about that again this morning. How all these teams come in with 1,000-yard rushers and this, that, and the other, and between the 3 of our kids, we've got
Split up.
1,600 yards rushing. You know, you add in Holloway, and you're at 2,000 yards rushing.
Right.
So it's
he's either most of the time when Holloway is in, he's running Wildcat for
a receiver.
all you
but just the fact that you've
viewers.
got your kids are fresh. You know, every time you go out there, you got a back that's not being overworked, and you know, because they could give him 25 carries a game, one guy if they wanted to, but they don't need to. So.
Well, you know, talking about that, you know, being fresh, a lot of these teams that we've been playing, they're lucky to be fielding 50 players.
Yeah.
Plano East had a few more than that. They probably had 60, 70. But still, that's relatively down from where we've seen it in past years. So it's hard to field a team that somebody's not, you know, playing both ways.
Yeah. It's fun. Fun when you got depth.
It is.
On the receiving end, Donnell had another good game. 6 catches, 2 touchdowns, and a great reach on the goal line to score.
Yeah,
that extension was amazing. And thank goodness the ref that was closest to see it called it definitively. So that was... Man.
Throw the ball. Run. Oh. Wow.
And his second touchdown catch was right over the top of the receiver.
Yes.
He brought his back to the ball, and he had to go get it. That was
Yeah.
it was
Top
a
of the corner.
Yeah.
Well, and it was almost like he timed it perfectly, because if he had given that away a little bit sooner, the guy would have been able to block it or get more in his face. So that was an epic move.
You know, Carter Harris, who did have a drop earlier in the game, and I yelled his name and told him to quit that. And he didn't drop anymore. But Carter, 2 for 61, a long touchdown. He's averaging almost 26 yards a catch.
It's incredible.
You know, you're like, wow.
He's got that mid to long range capability. If he runs the right routes and crisp and gets the breakaway,
he just drops all the ones that would bring down his average. So.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
We should talk
calculated.
Hey, well, with 2 Hail Marys this season,
yeah, but that's pretty cool. You got somebody that's deep like that. It's pretty awesome that somebody's doing that.
Yeah. Well, and also, so they keep trying to throw to Reed, and every now and then Reed will get a ball that he catches and stuff, and we'd like to see more of that. No, I mean it's like Kellison. You want him to get involved, you want him to be there, you want him to be successful.
Exactly.
You know what it's like.
2 interceptions on the night. Henson Amici had one really good catch, and then. The Deacon had one.
Yeah.
Didn't the Deacon?
LeBron? Yes.
LeBron.
I believe LeBron did.
No?
No? Who had the other?
Because the morning news is not very good this week about telling who.
Yeah, I guess we should have gone to the game. Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, we should have gone to the game. I know Amici had one. Who was the second one?
Was it?
Oh, we're getting old, guys. We're supposed to know this stuff. I feel bad.
LeBron?
No, because we had the comment that LeBron thought that should have been his.
Yeah.
Or was that the
okay?
Amici
Hey,
one late in the
insert
game?
highlight here.
Josh Gordon's pass intercepted by number 24.
Okay, next.
We'll
subject.
figure it out, and then we'll feel smarter when we'll be like,
overdub this section.
There you go. So,
Start taking a pad and paper to the game with me.
I got to start writing things down. I should do that. But anyhow, I don't want to go through all these this week. If y'all, that's what I was. I was looking for these invoices from work the other day, and I attached them to to my stats. Like, where the heck are my Allied Fence invoices? Well, here they are, right here. I got a bill for $49,000. Here it is.
My brain hurts. It will have to come out.
Oh my gosh. My life, man, I'm telling you.
Way to go. Hey, and for anybody that didn't notice, somebody was wearing a different number this week.
Yes.
Dupree Wafer, who was fantastic on defense. He may have even gotten a magnet this week.
He definitely gets a magnet.
We'll distribute the magnets here in the week to come.
That may be 3 for him.
Yeah, I think so. Several. Mitchell's everywhere. Mitchell knew number 1.
He is so consistent, you know.
Dupree,
he's awesome.
he was wearing number 8, and they had the uniforms that they were wearing this week. They only had one number 8, and so they wanted to, have some more jerseys. So he was the Brady Bricker for the night on the defense. And our announcer did a good job of not messing that up.
I'm glad they made him aware. I mean,
yeah,
Lord knows who he'd been calling, but that was good. And Dupree's been a pretty consistent all year. You those two linebackers, and I'll throw Wilford in there too when he plays. They've got some depth at that linebacker position, and Coach Gonzo doing a great job with them. Active, and just they're showing up every week.
Yeah.
Anybody, again, we can do this, coaches. When you look down the list of the playoff scenario here, the winner of Allen Louisville will play the winner of Haltom and Richardson.
I'm
I
scared.
lost my piece of paper somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on this
Stapled it to the back of the invoice.
It might be. It's just right here.
Let's just guess. If we play Richardson, I bet it's a Clark.
Yeah, that's a good field. Yeah,
it's available.
Haltom,
and if it's
we'll play
Haltom,
somewhere way over there.
Oh yeah, either that or we'll do a home and home. But if we do a home and home, where's it going to be? Or is it going to be?
Where did we watch Forney play? At Richland Stadium. Remember Richland?
Yes.
Yes, that wasn't a bad place.
No, that was okay.
Yeah.
On the home side.
We were on visitors. I remember we were on the field, so
yeah.
It didn't matter. But that you get to the third round, you're staring at a Trinity or a Midland Legacy who appears to have made the playoffs again.
Yeah.
Would that not be great?
Let's go back for a reprise.
Why not?
Or make them come here this time.
Yeah, hopefully they got a lot better. I mean, they won their district, but then again, it's that Odessa Midland district and
West Texas.
Who knows? So
I just want a route that means we don't have to go back to that South Lake Carroll Stadium.
Yeah,
Not a fan.
Charge you for parking and then only have one concession stand open.
those Carroll people.
Plus needs new turf.
Yeah.
He was right though. Coppell and Prosper, that first round game. Someone's going to be very unhappy, and it's going to be.
We've run into that first round, second round for years. That's the way things fall out.
That's why you want to win district, because Prosper probably thought they were going to go D2, and then Rock Hill comes up and
says, "Hey, never mind."
I don't think so. Hold my beer. Prosper probably went, because that's a tough first round game. You're playing an undefeated Coppell team. It's pretty good.
Yep. At Coppell.
Yeah, at Coppell. So. We'll see what happens. Congratulations to Rock Hill. They beat McKinney this week to get the number 1 Division II seed.
Yeah.
McKinney's the bottom feeder in the district as far as playoff spot. There were so many scenarios that had to happen for Plano East to get in, first of which they had to beat Allen.
Yeah.
Or
probably somebody else will lose.
McKinney had to beat Rock Hill.
Yeah.
But they ended up having the same record, so they both got in, but they owned the tiebreaker.
So Geyer and Hebron are the 2 Division II from 7-6A.
Right.
So
Geyer was number 3, Hebron was number 4.
I think Geyer plays McKinney.
Yeah.
And then Rock Hill would play Hebron. I think is the way it works out. I may be wrong on that, but I haven't seen it.
Go district mates. Yeah.
Yeah, you want your bunk mates to win at this point. You just,
absolutely.
Well, except for Prosper.
I really don't care because I really look at that bracket.
I do care.
We've seen that choral song. We love you, Prosper. We really do.
You got North Crowley sitting in that bracket, and
It's the monster that's hanging over.
anybody that beats North Crowley is an upset coming out of there. So if you can do it, go do it. And if Prosper can do it, go do it. We'd love to play you again.
Yeah, so we're looking at a possible 4th round. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves at all.
No, but that's where it could be.
Yeah.
That's where it could be. Wonderful tailgate this week. Thank you for the Bricker clan and the Nicholson clan for coming and hanging out with us.
Enjoyed it. Had great burgers. Thank you, David. Thank you,
Mark.
That was me this week.
Okay.
This week.
Yeah.
We got to figure out next week. So, but yeah, come by next week. Come out early. Let's just talk. We got a light above our tailgate.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of light there, even though it's dark outside. So
Yeah.
you can see who you're talking to.
Yeah. You can come and receive illumination.
There you go. We will tell you everything we learned from the coaches during the day. And
James is going to be sitting there meditating in his lawn chair.
yeah. Don't forget basketball Tuesday night. I promise you, people, this team is ranked number 1 in the state, number 2 in the nation.
1 in the state.
Yeah, so think about it. Think about how good you
And
have to be.
they have fun, and they are so talented.
Oh, so entertaining. You
Yeah.
know, just if you just want to watching, just come watch Neil Lawrence play basketball.
Yeah, he's
He's
dynamite.
unbelievable. And he's got a great personality, a big old smile, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of talent on this team. And again, they're playing tonight. We're going to go over there, but Tuesday night definitely will be there, Highland Park, and then they're playing a lot of good teams coming up. And don't forget the Holiday Classic, the In-N-Out Burger Classic, around Christmas time.
You'll see advertisements and all that stuff.
It's coming up. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to watch a lot of games.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of different teams, and you can see Allen like 5 times in 3 days. So
Yeah.
it's really fun.
This is one of those opportunities that whether you're a bandwagon fan or not, basketball is the sport right now for Allen.
It's cool.
It's up and coming and fun.
So 7 o'clock Tuesday, no 7 o'clock Friday night at the Stadium. Stadium.
Yeah, get your tickets. You got to log in before. Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
If you want your
You should have gotten an email from the Jeff Cheney and
hometown
tickets. If you didn't get it, go to Hometown Tickets and you can renew your season tickets and buy them for the playoff game. And again, until Tuesday. If you don't do it by Tuesday, they're going to release them to whoever wants to buy them. So make sure you get them.
Be there.
Saturday, college football. It's going to be a great day. There's a bunch of good games on, as we discussed with Coach. So you got something to watch all day.
The dreary rain is over. The sun is out. And the birds are singing.
Get your yard work done and get to watching college football. So, anything else, fellas?
Go Eagles.
That's it. Nobody else? Nothing?
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em big time today. So
Get your guns up. Go Raiders.
until next week, it's over. We're out of here.
Nice.
Down Allen. James Hambrick, 42 yards.
Yeah, baby.
Down Allen. Makai Ellis.
He doesn't get it. Come on, man. Go, Hambrick. He sees it.
Touchdown Allen. 26 yards.
Way to go, Kicker, boy!